Next on Valley News Live at 10, COVID cases in North Dakota are rising with Cass County leading the way. We'll tell you where the spike is coming from.
A Minnesota teacher is getting creative to keep social distancing in place.
Plus, classmates gathering to honor one of their friends. Valley News Live at 10 starts now.
Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
New at 10, North Dakota recorded the two highest single-day reports for COVID-19 over the weekend, with Cass being a leading county for the state.
Valley News Team's Katie Opperly explains where the spike is coming from and what health officials are asking you to do.
Cass County is seeing a rise in COVID-19 cases with record-breaking numbers over the weekend.
Just family and, friends, and I have grandparents too, and it's just that if I'm around people, potentially I could affect them.
And now, as of Monday, 480 people are sick with the coronavirus.
We both work at restaurants, so it's like if they shut down, that's not
that
good,
affects
but
everyone's jobs, so it's crazy.
Cass County now has the second highest active case count of any county in the state, and cases are climbing.
We're currently green, but really two of our three metrics are in the yellow category. So, I think we are at the point where we need to be more vigilant.
Fleming says cases are following a trend seen across the nation for areas with more college students. NDSU is currently reporting 167 confirmed COVID-19 cases in the past 2 weeks.
With, colleges coming back into session, different things, more kids coming back into the area, people being out and about more, people are going out to bars and gatherings. It's probably more the social gatherings that are causing a lot of our exposures.
It doesn't have to be a large event. Fleming says to consider any time you are coming into contact with people outside of your home, whether that be a group of friends or something like a wedding or funeral.
And if people aren't social distancing and aren't wearing masks at those type of events, you can have 50 people and it could be a large event if you have a positive case in that mix.
Right now, without a vaccine, social distancing, masks, and hand washing are the only defense against COVID-19. And Fleming says it's not the time to get lazy. In Fargo, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
Fleming also says going into the fall, masks and good hygiene are particularly important to combat both the flu and COVID-19 and avoid overwhelming our healthcare system. Let's take a look at more of the COVID numbers in North Dakota. Currently, there are 255 new cases, along with 2 more deaths. 170 people have died from the illness, and the daily positivity rate is at 6.44%. In Minnesota, health officials are reporting 643 new cases, along with 3 new deaths. More than 1,900 deaths have been attributed to the disease. More than 78,000 people have recovered. Free COVID testing returns to UND High Performance Center in Grand Forks this week. Anyone age 5 or older can be tested tomorrow from 9 to 5 or Saturday from 11 to 2, even if you do not have symptoms. Registration is required, and for the link to register and additional testing requirements, click on this story on Valley News Live.
There are more than 350 COVID-19 cases across 10 public universities in North Dakota. Both Minot State University and NDSU saw about 90 new positive cases each following testing events this past week. Testing events for students may be more vital than ever, as contact tracing experts are finding about a quarter of people who test positive are refusing to answer questions from the State Department.
We are seeing a growing number of those that we're contacting that are saying, no, I'm not going to reveal my close contacts.
The state's university system wants testing to be targeted towards students who are symptomatic, have had close contact with the COVID-19 positive person, work with vulnerable populations, or people who cannot easily socially distance, like athletes or students taking science labs. The State Information and Technology Cybersecurity Operations Center and the North Dakota University System Technology Team are partnering to increase cybersecurity on campus as more and more students complete their coursework online. This partnership allows for both groups to respond faster and more effectively to cyber attacks. Vice Chancellor of Information Technology, Darren King, says the new partnership has been in the works for a long time, and he's happy to see it come to fruition.
By working together, we bring some ability to have better threat intelligence so that higher ed understands what state government is seeing and vice versa.
King says he hopes this partnership will evolve into a daily dialogue between the teams so they can better detect and protect against cyber threats.
The collaboration between a teacher and a parent helped an entire school go back to learning in person this fall. When it was announced her school would be doing a hybrid model this year, Michelle Martin, who is a teacher in Northfield, Minnesota, worried about how she could fit her students in a classroom and still stay 6 feet apart. Reporter Kate Raditz shares how Michelle came up with an idea for a new type of desk.
We've spent the entire summer just doing all the plans for the 3 different scenarios and making sure that we were ready to step and go.
When Michelle Martin took a look at her classroom, she was concerned about fitting 20 kids inside for the hybrid model.
How do we get 6 feet apart? And we don't have big classrooms. I had room for 5 kids in my classroom with the current furniture because I had tables.
Michelle envisioned a smaller, more portable option.
We needed a place for kids to be anchored and for kids to be learning in.
She reached out to a parent at the school who owns a small custom furniture company. She asked for a design that could be both a portable desk and a stool for outdoor learning.
I was excited because I wanted them to have a successful school year, and this was one more way to have that happen.
They came up with this. The plywood design is under a few pounds and has a handle to carry. School officials caught word of Michelle's classroom project, and soon the portable desks were being made for the entire school.
We put little aprons on, pencils won't roll off, and so when they carry it upside down, it's essentially a little caddy.
Volunteers helped assemble 180 of the stool and desk that still doesn't have a name.
Now they have this new tool that we can use in this really fun way, and there's no compromise. They just feel really excited to be here and to be learning.
An educator and parent working together for the good of the kid.
And Michelle said that she can now fit all of her students in the classroom, staying socially distant.
A man is facing multiple charges after police say he crashed through construction barriers and landed on a pile of steel beams. Moorhead police say it happened around 5 p.m. yesterday in the 700 block of Highway 52. Officers found Lucas Egan in the vehicle. He was arrested for DWI, among other charges. Police believe speed was also a factor.
A big stash of fake cash was seized along the Canadian border. Agents found a cargo on Friday with more than $3.5 million in bogus bills making its way through the Pembina port of entry. Investigators said that they initially targeted a commercial cargo on Wednesday that was described as toy guns. Well, 9 toy guns, along with 36,000 counterfeit $100 bills were found. The counterfeit money will be destroyed.
We have exclusive video of a local protester hanging on for dear life after a car barreled into a crowd. We've slowed down the video to show you that protester, Francisco Lopez, hanging on to the hood of the vehicle. This happened on May 30th during Fargo's George Floyd protest. West Fargo detectives say Michael Griffin was going between 40 and 45 miles per hour with Lopez on top. Griffin hit Lopez at the intersection of 45th Street and Main Avenue in West Fargo. Drone footage shows the aftermath, where protesters gathered around Lopez after he fell onto the road. Lopez reportedly broke his leg when he pushed himself off the vehicle. Griffin was charged with aggravated assault and reckless endangerment, but the charges were dropped after he died 2 weeks ago. His lawyer says he died of natural causes.
Cleanup week is underway in Fargo. Actually, it's divided between 2 weeks, A and B. The city is divided up so that different sections are picked up each day of the week, Monday through Friday. For example, the area shaded in white was picked up today. That's north of University and west of 19th Avenue North next Monday. The area shaded in yellow east of 19th Avenue will be picked up. Each segment of town can be found in a map labeled with the day and shaded to show if you are week A or B. Your item should be set out before 7 a.m. on your scheduled recycling pickup day. Now you can find these maps. Go to our website and the VNL News app.
You can expect some of your holiday traditions to be different this year. The Macys Thanksgiving Day Parade is the latest example. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announcing that due to the pandemic, spectators will not be able to watch the 94th annual parade from the streets. It will be televised and online. He calls it a reimagined version of the iconic holiday event, adding that he's looking forward to the parade's hopeful return next year.
Could there be life on Venus? Scientists today report that they've detected a gas called phosphine in Venus's clouds. It's indicating that microbes may be present. On Earth, the gas is produced by bacteria thriving in places like swamps and marshlands. While Venus is Earth's closest neighbor, its temperatures are vastly different, with surface temps reaching nearly 900 degrees. However, in those clouds, temperatures are milder in the high 80s. Scientists say they're stunned.
The key to what we found is the presence of phosphine gas in the clouds of Venus. This is very unexpected because phosphine is a phosphorus atom and 3 hydrogen atoms, and there's really very little hydrogen available in the atmosphere. So we think something is a process that's making it, and one of the possibilities is it's small floating organisms. And the reason we think that is because there are small bacteria on Earth that do actually make phosphine.
The discovery will be followed up by more observation and potentially space missions.
Later on Valley News Live at 10, we'll show you how some middle school students are honoring their late classmate.
And after the break, Hutch Johnson joins us with this week's forecast and tells us when to expect our temperatures to rise, then drop.